Hello and welcome back, Squirrel Nation. Today we're going to dive into some ranked gameplay. This footage was submitted by our Squirrel Nation member Kyotaro, who is currently ranked silver. Kyotaro is playing Amelie Jungle, and this video is going to focus on things that will help you climb out of bronze, silver, and gold rank and get into platinum. One major issue in bronze, silver, and gold leagues is players do not know when they should farm and when they should team fight. And one major issue is players tend to over team fight and overly be aggressive looking for kills, and they end up under farmed. So this is a great example of this for Kyotaro. Okay, if you notice right now, let's set this up. You notice the Arthur and Joker have cleared their wave. They're roaming down mid, right? Currently, Kyotaro's team already has a 2v1 against enemy Tolan, which they are going to secure. At the other time, the enemy bot laner was Omer, and he is also coming down the river because he finished clearing wave. Richter simply beat him to the lane. Okay, so anyways, what's going to happen here is Kyotaro has two choices. To continue farming, notice the blue side is up and Dragon is now up, or he can come mid and get involved in this team fight happening. So Kyotaro ends up going to the fight. The reason I don't like that is because his team ends up his Richter ends up low after killing the Tolan, and the Richter and the friendly Tolan, you can tell, saw the enemy collapsing, the enemy Arthur, the enemy Joker coming in, and the enemy Omer coming in, right? Kyotaro unfortunately goes there, dives in, gets killed. And you can also see Murad is also joining the fight, right? So we know 4 enemies. At this point, we just saw 4 enemies right in this area, right? Murad, you can see his ability right there, the Joker, the Arthur's collapsed, and the Omer is right here collapsing in. And at the same time, you can notice that his friendly team, right, Kyotaro's friendlies, the Tolan and Richter, are trying to disengage. They're actively running away because they saw the enemies collapsing. Okay, so the reason I don't like this is that Kyotaro's team did the right thing. They rotated, they secured a kill, and now they're backing off, right? And Kyotaro simply could have come over and farmed his blue, or even better, his team could have used the fact that they got a kill and a man advantage, and they could have taken Dragon right now, right? But instead, by forcing this fight, Kyotaro ends up dying, and then also he gets upset that nobody backed him up, and you can notice he's about to type like anyone, right? So, in question. So, the point that I want to make here is don't be overly aggressive because there's often a better choice, and you need to kind of understand what your team is doing, and you need to understand when you've already achieved value. So his team does end up also killing the Joker, so it did still end up a 2v1, right? They ended up 2 kills for 1 death. But the thing is, his team, before he decided to dive in, already was at a 1-for-0 trade. And a 1-for-0 trade is better than a 2-for-1 trade. And the reason for that is, once again, Kyotaro is playing jungle. He has lots of jungle up right now, which he could be farming, but now he's dead, right? So now his red's going to be up again by the time he spawns. His team can't grab Dragon reliably because they don't have Punish, and the enemy Murad is still alive. So the choice to go to team fights is not that simple. It's not just, oh, my team just got a kill, or, oh, we have a little advantage, let's go to the team fight. You kind of have to think multiple steps ahead and think about, if you die, what's going to happen? What's going to be the outcome? In this clip, Kyotaro is going to make another poor decision to roam mid instead of continuing to farm and clear jungle. If you notice, his friendly Richter is currently clearing the mid wave, and he is finishing red. Right now, Kyotaro should be thinking, what am I going to do? If I was him, I would like to see him come clear these small monster camps and then go Dragon, or just simply go Dragon. But instead, he's going to kill red, and you notice the enemy Tolan's clearing that wave also, and the new wave has just left the core. If you notice on the minimap, the new wave just left the core, right? So that wave is not going to be there for about 15 seconds. So Kyotaro just kind of runs around aimlessly. His blue side, like we said, has come back up. He already could have killed small monsters at that point if he would have not wasted the time to go mid. And my major issue with him going mid is, if he was looking at the minion waves, he would have realized that the wave was just cleared by Richter, and the next one had not even left the core yet, so he's just going to be wasting time sitting in a bush. In this clip, I'm going to provide a little food for thought. So Kyotaro has the habit of always going to the buff first and then clearing the small monsters. The point that I'm going to make is that actually is slightly inefficient because you're wasting time moving from camp to camp. He's going to first start at blue, then go to this small camp that's near mid, and then finally come to the small camp that is closest to his base. I'd prefer he does a small camp close to base, do blue, and then do the one near mid, because that's going to put him closer to mid and spend less time running in a circle. The reason that this is going to matter in the clip is because if we pay attention to Toland, Toland is going to be roaming to his mid, and you start seeing enemies come, right? So the thing is that the Toland is going to end up, enemies are going to show up, the Maraud, and they are going to try to gank him and fight with him, right? So imagine right now Kyotaro would not have decided to run a circle and start his blue first, but right now he would have just been finishing that side lane monster that he just killed, right? So he would be at mid, he would be even with Maraud, but now his Toland, instead of having him there, there's the enemy Toland, the enemy jungler Maraud, and Kyotaro still having to run from that furthest blue side monster camp because he decided to start blue buff first and spent time running around in a circle. So I'm not going to say that he could have saved Toland, but I just want it to be food for thought to everybody that slight seconds, like 5-10 seconds, can really matter if you're slow on rotations. They can have major effects on the game. So just be cognizant for all you junglers out there that try to be efficient in your pathing and your clearing routes. When you are fighting, when you are choosing to run away or chase, always look at the minimap. So if you notice right now, Kyotaro has two teammates fighting, one Arthur down here is the enemy, but the enemy Toland is here mid, and he is currently fighting 2v1. So in this clip, Kyotaro decides to disengage. What I would have liked Kyotaro to do is run towards his friendly's top who just killed Arthur, but instead he cuts down middle. This is just simply a map awareness thing, but when you are starting out at AOV, really build the habit of looking at minimaps when you're in fights, when you're about to make a decision. And in this case, the decision was to retreat, and if Kyotaro would have been paying attention to the minimap, while making the decision to flee, he would have realized he shouldn't have ran towards mid because the enemy Toland was coming up from mid. Instead, he should have ran to his two teammates that just got a kill on the enemy because they could have protected and zoned the enemy from securing the kill on him. Okay, in this clip, if we notice the current setup, you see Toland is coming down, Elsu and Mina are already here with Kyotaro, and the enemy Arthur, Joker, and Marauder coming in. So right now it's 3v3. A fight is about to break out. The main point that I'm trying to make in this clip is Kyotaro chooses to chase the Joker, secure the kill, but he also dies at the same time for diving underneath tower. At the same time, the Arthur and the Maraud stay back and fight his teammates, and he could have simply cut back, and right here is what I'm talking about. So right now, he's about to chase this Joker under tower, but if you notice, this Arthur has now pushed down, the Maraud jumped back, right? So the Maraud's kind of out of the fight, the Joker's basically out of the fight. If you notice, Toland has now actually made it into the fight, so it's currently 3 of Kyotaro's teammates versus Arthur. If he chose to attack the enemy Arthur with his teammates, that would have been a very quick kill. Maraud and Joker would have got away, but his team would have got a kill for no deaths and not too much damage, right? But instead, Kyotaro chases under tower to get the Joker. Yes, he gets the kill, but at the same time, he dies. The Arthur also ends up getting away. So instead of having a 1-for-0 trade, it turned into a 1-for-1 trade. And honestly, as the jungler, you are more important being alive than anybody else on your team because junglers really count for their farming speed and how ahead of the enemies they're getting. So a death on a jungler is often much worse than on other characters. Okay, in this clip, Kyotaro is going to poke at the enemy Toland and under tower. The point I want to make is always think about if the damage trade is worth it. So hitting the Toland with your S1 and then eating a tower shot in general is not going to be worth it. Luckily, Toland took aggro for the tower before because of his passive, so he took the damage, but still either way, the very minimal amount of damage that they got onto the enemy Toland was not worth eating the even larger damage that they took from the shot from the tower. Here's another clip about tower diving. If you notice, Kyotaro is about to go seriously ham. So people are fighting over here. The mid tower is low, and Kyotaro has the thought in his mind he's going to go in and kill the tower. I would have preferred he waited for the minion wave because the minion wave is right here. It's not like it's a long wait. The other major issue is the enemy Joker's right there. If the Joker would have made the smart play, which is ult first before he launched his rocket on Kyotaro, I'm pretty sure Kyotaro would have died and not even got the tower. So for Kyotaro, I would say definitely try. I understand why you did that. I totally understand you wanted the tower. I just think you were a little impatient. Like, if you would have waited 5 seconds more, you would have killed the enemy's wave, waited for your wave to start going into the tower, and then dove on it. I think you could have got the tower, killed the Joker, and had tons of health left. So, anyways. Okay, this clip shows that Kotaro is doing something very smart, which is learning from his mistakes. If you notice again, Kyotaro has the choice between going to Joker and diving the tower or cutting back onto the enemy Arthur, and this time he makes the correct choice and goes for the enemy Arthur instead of chasing the enemy Joker under tower. Gets easy kill, barely takes damage. Great job learning from your mistakes. So here we are 10 minutes and almost 30 seconds into the game, and what you are about to see is Kyotaro's first attempt to take Spirit Sentinel or Dragon. So this is another major flaw in Bronze, Silver, and Gold ELO, is players do not try to take Sentinel or Dragon. Like, they just absolutely ignore them, but they're such valuable sources of gold. Spirit Sentinel is worth 150 gold to your team, 50 players to each member. That is essentially a kill. So, and it's something that's so easy to grab, right? Like, Kyotaro literally just killed that Spirit Sentinel in what? I don't know, like 10 seconds, right? So, and it's free because at those ranks, players don't even try to defend them. Like, they're not even thinking about Dragon or Spirit Sentinel. So you can literally just go them, solo them quickly, and give your team a gold lead. So for all of you in this rank range, definitely put more focus on Dragon and Spirit Sentinel. Okay, here we are in the the closing moments of the game. Overall, my main feedback to Kyotaro would be 2 things that I would like to see change. 1, focus more on farming instead of just roaming to lanes to try to get into team fights. And 2, is put more focus on objectives like Dragon and Spirit Sentinel. They really provide teams with a lot of gold and experience without the risk of diving into these team fights. Anyways, overall, I think Kyotaro did really well. And yeah, hopefully he can take this advice and keep continuing on with his climb. Okay, that does it for today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Also, it really helps me if you will share this video around so that other people can join the Squirrel Nation and just join our great community we have going on. But anyways, as always, I'll see you all tomorrow, and happy ranking.